Hey everyone, welcome back to my fitness focus channel. Today I'm going to take you through one of my chest workouts. This is actually one of two chest workouts I alternate in between. These days my training style has shifted from what it used to be. There was a time I went heavy, constantly one rep maxing as much as possible, focusing on heavy weight. But over time I've changed my approach, especially as I've gotten into middle age. Now I like to mix in a variety of movements, starting with the classic weight training exercises, then moving on to calisthenics, and finishing with some isolation work. This style of training is perfect for anyone who wants to stay strong and lean and also improve calisthenics at the same time, which is exactly what I aim for. So let's get into the workout. First up is the classic incline barbell bench press. There are no frills here, just do the exercise with full reps and proper form. I like to keep it straightforward and effective. For sets, I usually go with 4 total. The first 2 are going to be heavier in the 5 to 8 rep range. Then I drop the weight by about 10% for the third set, and another 10% for the last set. This weight, I can push some heavier weight at the start, but still get some quality volume in to really hit the upper chest. Next up, I go to the dumbbell bench press. In my gym, there are some benches that can be set to a very slight decline, and I like to use these as opposed to a flat bench. If I can't use one, I'll just stick with the flat bench. On this exercise, I'll do 3 sets. The first will be the heaviest, usually in the 8 to 10 rep range. For the second set, I might keep the same weight, or I might lighten it up by 5 or 10 pounds per dumbbell. The last set will definitely be a little bit lighter, usually by about 10 pounds per dumbbell, trying to get a few more reps in. From there, we move into calisthenics style training with pseudo planche push-ups. Sure, I'd like to do the full planche, but that's just not in the cards quite yet, so I'll stick with this exercise. Get in a push-up position, get your hands kind of back and in, keep them in about a 45-degree angle, or even do them underhanded. At this point, you do a push-up and lean your body as far forward as possible to try to straighten the arms. And then at the top, protract the scapula to push your body as far upward as possible. Then repeat this for as many reps as you can with good form. And at the end, you may want to practice a protracting of the scapula with that shrug-like movement. One exercise I've started messing around with recently is the one-arm landmine roll-out push-up. When you do this exercise, it feels like you're doing a push-up with one side and a fly with the other side. All you'll need is a landmine attachment and either a 25-pound or even 10-pound weight that will roll easily so you can straighten out one arm while the other arm pushes and then move that straight arm towards you in the fly motion as you push up with the other arm. After you wrap out pushing up with one arm, switch and push up with the other arm. Towards the end of my chest workouts, I like to do a couple isolation exercises, with the first being seated cable flies. These can be done on a machine, but I prefer the cable version as I can play with the angle. I can do the flies at a downward angle to emulate a cable crossover kind of motion, or I can just go straight across, or even mix it up and do reps one way and some reps the other way. This is also an excellent exercise to do a drop set on to boost the intensity. The other isolation exercise I like to do lately are very light incline flies. I don't use very much weight at all. I just want to get my arms as straight as possible and then get into that fly motion, contract hard at the top of every rep. I may switch it up and do cable incline flies as well. To finish off my chest workout, I like to do an exercise like the Tyson push-up to really finish off with a nice pump. This isn't a normal push-up. It has you using your shoulders, even your back to a degree. Your whole body is getting in on this one. You can rep out on these and then do some normal push-ups to really finish your pecs off. And that's the full workout. There really aren't a lot of sets involved either. Every exercise after those first 2 heavy weight training exercises is only going to be maybe 1 or 2 sets, to be honest. And this is where you would use some high intensity techniques like drop sets and rest pause sets. I also don't take a ton of time between each set, maybe a minute and a half, a minute 45 seconds. I'm not training for a powerlifting competition here, so I want to keep the blood flowing and the heart rate up throughout the entire workout. And there you have it. one of my chest workouts. The other chest workout I like to do, I will make a video on that at some point and release it. If you like the information you've gotten here and want to see more, please like and subscribe, and I'll continually release more content. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'm out.